What war did you serve in?
Two of them. Second World War and the Korean War.
What branch of service?
Well, I was a regimental signalman in the field artillery.
What was your rank?
As low as you get.
Yeah.
Gunner.
And where did you mostly serve?
I made the invasion. I was there for the invasion of France.
Invasion of France.
Only lasted 4 days. I got shot. Went back out, went to the hospital, then went back in again with a counter mortar outfit.
Where were you drafted or did you enlist?
Oh, I was in the army, but I was 15 years old. I ran away from home and went down to Kingston and joined the field artillery.
Perfect.
Same place my old man enlisted in the First World War, only he was in the 21st Infantry Battalion.
Where were you living at the time?
Lindsay, Ontario.
Why did you join?
For a little bit of excitement.
Why did you pick the service branch you joined? Or did they just choose?
You gotta give me a second on that one. It was the first one we ran across, really.
Do you recall your first day in service?
Can I recall it? Well, before they really let us enlist, they had us go through a short medical. X-rays for TB. There were just a couple eliminated.
Did you go through any training?
Well, we mobilized in Kingston, Ontario. Then we were sent to Petawawa.
Where they trained you, or you went to war right away?
Well, they really didn't have anything to train you with. As soon as we went overseas, I was drafted to it's a long time ago, you gotta give me a bit of time.
That's fine.
I was sent up to a signal school where they taught me radio. And then I went back to the regiment, and then we didn't have any equipment or anything, just the rifles. And we finally got our guns over there. I wasn't on the guns, like I told you, I was a signalman. But our guns were 25-pounders. And then we went up to Salisbury Plains, and we did our first firing practice.
Which war exactly did you serve in?
Pardon?
Which war exactly did you serve in?
Second World War.
Where did you go? Where did you go?
Well, we made the landings on D-Day.
Do you remember arriving and what was it like?
We landed behind the railway station at Bernier-sur-Mer. We had to wait until bridging equipment came. So this Bernier-sur-Mer I'm telling you about, it wasn't a fortification. It was on the water. And they had to build this high wall to protect the railway station from the incoming and outgoing tide. But we waited, and finally they got up some old Churchill tanks they had converted to bridging equipment. And we got over the wall. don't know if it was right then we joined up with the outfit or not.
What was your duties?
I was a radio operator.
Radio operator. Did you see combat? Obviously.
Yes, I did. I got shot in the right chest between the 7th and 8th rib. So I got to clarify that. It was mortar fragmentations. They were mortaring the shit right out. They knew where we were. We got up as far as Carpeke Airport, and then we were pushed back. Not everybody got pushed back. Some of them got, the Germans captured some of them and stood them up against the wall and shot them. They made the old Frenchmen dig a hole and bury them. That was Kurt Mayer's 12th SS Division.
Was there was there many casualties in your unit?
No, not many. The guns don't come up. They stay back behind, and we pass the orders back down to them.
Experiences?
Any which?
Memorable experiences?
Well, do you call getting shot a memorable experience?
Yeah.
They knew where we were, the Germans, and they were mortaring the shit right out of us. I was up with the officer, and the line was cut. I'll have to explain that to you. The radio was in the Bren gun carrier further back, and we were up in a foxhole or slit trench or whatever you want to call it, and we could pass orders back that way. But as I say, they were really lacing us with mortars. The line got cut. The line going back from us to the Bren gun carrier where the radio was. So I was running the line to see where it was, to see if I could repair it. I felt something hit me. And I looked down and there's a hole in my tunic. Stick my hand inside, there's a hole in my chest. That was it for that little venture right at that time. I jumped on a truck and got a ride down to the beach and then on the landing craft out to a hospital ship. Not very glamorous, was it?
Nope. So, were you awarded any medals?
Those are routine service medals.
Did you stay in touch with family when you were there?
I'd write letters back to them, yeah.
What was the food like? Don't remember. I'm sure it was.
It was army grub.
Yeah.
We didn't have any. We picked up all of our equipment to fight a war over there after we got into England.
What did you think of your fellow officers or soldiers?
Of the officers?
Yeah, or the other soldiers that were with you.
The officer I was working with, Major Duguid, was one hell of an officer. Really good.
Do you recall the day your service ended? Where were you?
When I was shot up, I went back and I went into a bail-in-ware counter-mortar outfit. And I was up in Germany. And they sent me down for a short leave in Belgium. I got to the house where I was supposed to be billeted and I knocked on the door. And I collapsed in a shuddering heap of shit with a severe attack of arthritis.
Wow.
Which I have right now. Again. Yeah. They shipped me back to a British medical facility. And then I was ill. They put me in an airplane and flew me back to a really nice Canadian medical facility.
What did you do for the days after? Were you just stuck in the hospital?
They got me back to a really lovely hospital in England. And while I was in that hospital, the war ended and they started flying in all over people who had been prisoners of war in Europe.
And
When the
there's, like,
war was over, I was in southern England. The doctor asked me, "Do you want to go back now or wait for a hospital ship?" I said, "I'll go now." So I went up to the Clyde River and got onto a troop ship and sailed eastbound across the Atlantic with the navigation lights on, the first ship to do that. They didn't have to worry about the submarines anymore.